Have you ever told someone a story and you exaggerated to make a better story? For example, maybe you had a wreck on your bike and got 6 stitches, but you say, I got 1,000,000 stitches. Well, I don't know if that is what our friend Cabeza de Vaca did or not, but it seems like he did. In his famous journal, Cabeza de Vaca wrote about 7 cities of gold. He called them Cibola. No one knows why he wrote this in his journal. Everything else he wrote was very accurate and truthful. Some say it was real. Some say exaggerated. I think maybe he was just using sensory language to describe a city he thought was really beautiful. No matter why he wrote about the cities of gold, the impact was the same. Other explorers were needed to find these cities. Very shortly after Cabeza de Vaca shared his journal, the country of Spain knew it needed to send people to look for the 7 cities of gold. That would be Cabeza's impact. The person they sent was this guy, Francisco Coronado, from Spain. Coronado took a huge army and supplies to find the city. After all, he would need a huge army to conquer the golden cities. Here is a map of his trip. See how he barely came down into Texas? Then he went out pretty fast, and then when he came back, look how he tried to avoid it completely. Now think about that. Why do you think his map looks like that? He seemed to explore everything else fairly well. Why so quickly through here? I wonder who lives in this area right here. Could it be that he wanted to avoid the Comanche and Apache Indians? Maybe so. Coronado was not impressed with Texas. In fact, he wrote a long report about what he saw in Texas. He saw dry, grassy land, millions of cows, really they were bison, lots of Indians, and no gold. Do you think anyone was in a big hurry to come back to Texas based on his description? The answer is a big no. For almost 200 years, Spain left Texas land completely empty. Next week, we will find out what changed their mind. Next, find your chart. Fill out what caused Coronado to come to Texas, what he accomplished, and what his impact was on the settlement of Texas. Then put your chart back in your folder.